Okay, so today's frequently asked question is how do I choose the best guardian for my children? This one hits really close to home to me because my husband and I have two young children, and we want to make sure that if something happened to us, that we have selected the best guardian for them. We want to make sure that we've selected a guardian who essentially would parent like we do. There's two types of guardians to consider, long term and short term. Long term is who you want to parent and raise your children. Short term guardianship is for an emergency situation. And we'll cover that in a different video down the road. We're focusing on long term guardianship in this video. So, two things to consider. Number one, you want to select someone who has a similar parenting style and philosophy to how you handle child rearing, how you discipline your children, financial, religious, personal, social, all those values. It matters. And so you want to pick someone who either is going to be along the same lines of decisions that you would make or understand what kind of decisions you would make and are willing to honor that in the way that they raise your children. Um, all of these can severely impact your children's happiness with the person you choose. Uh, the other major thing you need to consider whenever you're choosing guardianships is financial resources. I never recommend to anybody to base it entirely and solely on financials because if you're doing things right, you have set up everything so that your children are cared for by you financially in the event that something happens to you all the way up until they turn 18 and beyond if that's what you want. If working with a estate planner that knows how to comprehensively plan, you can get all of that included as part of your planning process. However, if you aren't setting that up, then whether or not they can financially support your children can definitely make a big difference. So, one of the biggest things that goes into this, besides considering these two things, is sitting down with somebody who is well versed and practiced at these conversations and going into it with an open mind and a clear goal with your loved one and potentially your spouse if that's who you're planning with.